Good morning this morning, or afternoon, or evening. Whatever it is, I hope you're having a good one. I don't have much to show today in the FOs, but I do have a lot of whips. I was trying to pare them down, but I got cast-on-itis and I started a bunch of projects. Well, my one FO is this. This is the Red Heart Black Light yarn in black to go in between. I made this to enter into Autism Awareness Cow on the excuse me, Pinhook and Needles podcast, and I'm wanting to show off my new whip caddy. It's a small one, but it serves my needs. It's my Gigi blanket. Oh goodness, I did get a little bit of progress done on this. I took out the squares that were wrong and redid them. So now they are in the right order. And I've got two down there. And I've got this one to sew on to finish out that last row. Fold it back up. So that's a nice place to have it handy. My first whip is Jada and Stitches mile a minute. I've got the strip done, but I've got to put the border on it. And I just wanted to show Ashley. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Ashlyn. Oh, that's because it's one of my best friend's daughters, Ashley. But it's Ashley over at Stitching Ain't Easy. This is one thing you can do with a strip. If you're making something really long, every so many rows, just hook it up with one of that way it folds over. Or you could just take it and stick it through a project, like a scarf or something that's really long, so you don't have it twisted up on itself. I'll talk more about that for you here in a minute. Let's get back to my whips. I'm making that lady that I made the baby blanket for, loved it, and she asked Gary if I could make her a christening blanket in white. And it just so happens one of the bingo squares makes something in white. So I've got this baby blanket started. This one's wider than it is long this time. Instead of going up and down, I'm going back and forth, or the other, vice versa. I wanted to start for the longest time one of those called the midwife blanket. So I took that pink from Sewing Seeds and I started the blanket. It's blowing out a little bit. My shirt's a little bit blowed out. My camera doesn't handle red and pink too well. But I got that started. I'm not going to work anymore on this until I get this white blanket done, because I need to get it done and get it out. Excuse me. One of the squares was make something from a mandala, but I did happen to find a Karen cake. Okay, here it is. I got my Karen cake in there, and this color, I think it was berry something. Bumbleberry. I've got one more cake of this, so I might add another cake, but for right now I'm done with this. And I forgot to show what project I worked on for Movie and a Stitch, and this was what I worked on because I was wanting to get it done. Isn't that lovely? This pattern is another pattern tutorial by FiberSpider, and it's from Purple Iguana, and it's the sort of half circle shawl. I'm really loving it. And that right there is telling me what hook I'm using. And from here to here I watched falling, and then from here to here it was fried green tomatoes. But, you know, this right now would actually work just for a little shoulder cover in the nursing homes, especially if the ladies were thinner than me. So I might accidentally leave this as is and make another one, so I'll have two to send to the nursing home. I haven't yet decided whether I want to send it to the nursing home or keep it for me, because I bought this yarn, so if I wanted it I could keep it. And I do like the pattern. And then I've decided for Yarn Bingo to pick up two of my projects that are partially finished. This one's a preemie blanket I'm doing in pinks and purples. So I could add to that as either a scrap project or a stash buster, one of the two. And then my other choice, this was a thumbnail on one of my videos and I never did work on it anymore. It's, well, I'm not even going to show this because you can't. It's, excuse me, tutorial by FiberSpider, also by Purple Iguana on Ravelry. The Rivulet, R-I-V-U-L-E-T. Remember me showing that off. I haven't worked on it anymore since then, but I want to pick this up with my scraps. Just make a good scrap project for that square. And I did print out the pattern because I forgot what I was doing on it, but it was a fairly easy one, so I should be able to pick it back up. Oh, I got a few acquisitions. This is not all yesterday, but over a period of time that I just haven't showed. But some of it was yesterday. I got two skeins of this Mainstays velvet yarn. Oh, it's so soft. And it's a pretty gray color. Velvet yarn. I don't see a colorway. I got it at Walmart. I don't see a colorway, but it's a number 6 bulky, super duper soft. And you know, I don't care for bulky, but I do love that rabbit that's made from bulky. So that's what that's going to be. And I need to make a shark for my grandson, so I got a big Mainstays gray. Oh. And then when my husband bought the yarn for the baby blanket, which that's this right here, it's Snuggly Wuggly by Loops and Threads. And that's a number 3. Got 2 skeins of that, but I may have to get a 3rd skein because I'm almost done with that skein and it's not halfway. And then for doing it, I got this one. Paid full price, unfortunately. It's Barcelona Big by Loops and Threads. The colorway is Tapestry. It's real pretty. Red and gray with some brown in it. I just thought that was the prettiest thing, and my husband's willing to pay full price to get me to make that blanket. I got mad at him and wasn't going to do it, and then I seen it was a square and make something with white, so I said, "You're lucky," because I was mad. Oh, I was so mad. Back up. And I went to the Dollar Tree several different times, and I bought a bunch of the little stuffed animals. You've already seen several loveys I made, but I've got 3 more. To make loveys with, and then I got a bunch of Dollar Tree yarn, just yarn, in a bunch of different colors. I'm not going to pull them all out because y'all seen the Dollar Tree yarn. And I bought some more of these to make the loveys out of. And then over here at Family Dollar, these were on sale for 50 cents. You know I couldn't pass them up. In fact, I'm tempted to go get more. I got 2 duckies, 2 pink rabbits, 2 blue rabbits, and 2 lambs. They're just adorable. And one of the Food Lions, Family Dollars had a bunch of these, so it's possible I could go get some more, because I'd like to have one for every baby blanket. And I'd like to just make them to make them. Okay, that's all my whips that I can think of. But there was something else I was wanting to talk about, because my friend Stacy over at Stitching Ain't Easy got one of those crochet hook sets that comes in the container. It had a bunch of stuff in it, and there was a couple things she didn't know what they were. So one of the things was this. This is a stitch holder in knitting. Like, say you're going to put a pocket in a cardigan, you'd slip your stitches onto here, and you'd hold them so you could put the pocket in at a later date after you finish knitting. There's other times where you want to hold reserve stitches, life stitches, so you could pick them up and knit on them later. That's what that's for. Another use for them is to hold your stitch markers. Here's a tiny one, like for a glove, to hold your stitch markers. She got some row counters like this. Well, these actually go on your knitting needles. This is a small one. It goes on your smaller needles. You stick them on the needles. They hang out at the end, and then when you finish a row, you do the number. And this is for a little bit of a larger one. That's the way you can keep them if you want to. And she got one of these, only it was plastic. I've got some plastic ones too, but this is the one I had handy. This is in my knitting kit. This is a cable needle. You put the stitches on this. You either put them in back or in front, and then you knit the next stitches in line, and then you pull these back up and knit these stitches across the cable. Another cable needle is one. She didn't have one like this, but this is the shape of a different cable needle. Does the same thing. I think those were the 2 things she had questions about. When I was doing the 10 yarny questions, I pointed out some yarn that was back there. Well, I brought it out so you could see it, because I forgot to bring it out. This is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And it's shades of brown and cream. I really like that. That's one of my options I thought about, but there's a little bit too much cream in there for me to want to make that sweater out of. So my better choice is this. Yeah, you can see them sparkles in there. It's so pretty. It's by Lady Furnico Creations. She does have an Etsy store, And this is Professor Plum Deluxe. Just look at those sparkles. Let me turn over here where you can see the pretty. Oh, I just love this. Different shades of purple. I'd love to have more of this and make a cardigan out of it. Of course, I don't have time. I'm busy doing other things, but that's one of my favorite yarns, and oh, it's so soft. I think it's Superwash Merino with nylon and stellina. It's 70-20-5. 70-20 and then 5. And this is 131 yards. It's DK. And this one's fingering. The Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball is fingering. And it's fine. Superwash Merino with nylon. These will probably be socks. Had no smell. They probably had smell, but I've had them since January and sitting out, so the smell's probably gone on them. Those will go back home later. See, was there anything else? It seems like I finished some stuff because I got more bingos. Then again, I got some of them marked. My GG blanket in progress. I made progress on it. I've already marked Save Your Yarn Wrappers because I just had that a second ago. There. Excuse me. I've already started saving my wrappers. Then there's Jada's. The shawl, I've already got that marked. No, that wasn't a shawl. Why is that marked? Oh, that's the one with the one button. That's why I've got it marked. And I did give the card to the oldest Gigi, and oh, he loved it. And I give that bunny, that little pink bunny I'd made, to Gigi, number 2, who I'm making this blanket for. And she's been carrying that thing around ever since and been loving on it, so I'm tickled pink about that. Oh, I don't know if I showed you or not, but I did make a headband. It was make something out of cotton that wasn't for the kitchen, and that was the milk cotton. Yeah, I think I did mention that. And make something to donate. I had 2 blue hats. And you saw the llama blanket for the smallest hook. And then the mandala for the shawl. So I guess I did cover everything that I've already made. And I covered plans. Oh, I had a long day yesterday. I just went and went and went and went. And now my back's... Excuse me. My back's bothering me. And I've got to leave out here after I've had a little bit of coffee and go get my oil changed. I was in such a hurry to get them videos made yesterday, I just forgot things up one side and down the other. But I'm old and that's what I do best, just forget things. I can't think of nothing else, and if I do think of something, I'll just have to make another video. I'm not... As you can tell, I'm not doing Vita. I tend to get overwhelmed sometimes. And Vita is one of the times I get overwhelmed. Oh, my hair's just flying all over the place. There was one time where I'd had a bunch of, subscriptions. And everybody was doing Vita. And there were so many videos, I couldn't watch them all. And I was just overwhelmed with how many there were. And so I just deleted everybody, just about, except for a couple people. And I later on regretted doing that because there's people that I was subscribed to for a long time, and I'm still finding people I was subscribed to back then. Like Winding Road Crochet. I'm so glad to find her again. She's got some good stuff. If you're not subscribed, go check her out. Winding Road Crochet. She's got a website and a YouTube. So do check out good patterns. Think. Well, anyway, the people I'm subscribed to now, there's only a few of them doing videos. I'm getting quite a bit of videos in my feed, but it's not overwhelming me because there's a lot of people who normally do that aren't. So thank you, y'all. Now, the few who are making videos, Ashley, you're one of them. Keep doing it because I'm enjoying you. And I'm not being overwhelmed because not a bunch of people are doing it. Okay, I guess that's all for today. Thank you for joining me in my craft room and spending part of your day with me. I do appreciate it. And you guys stay safe and keep loving one another. Until next time, bye-bye.